Most men think attraction is about impressing women, but in reality, women are constantly testing men, often without realizing it themselves. These tests aren't cruel. They're instinctive ways women check one thing above all else: your emotional strength. In this video, I'll break down how women test men's strength, why these tests happen, and exactly how strong men pass them without arguing, chasing, or proving anything. Welcome to Dark Love Psychology. Chapter 1. Why Women Test Men. First, let's clear something up, because this is a topic that causes a lot of confusion and frustration for men. When a woman tests you, it's almost never a conscious, calculated attempt to be manipulative. It's an instinct. Think of it less as a malicious game and more as a deeply ingrained vetting process. At its core, this behavior stems from a fundamental principle of attraction. Genuine, lasting attraction requires a profound sense of security. Not financial security, but emotional and psychological security. She needs to feel, on a primal level, that you are her rock, a stable, reliable presence in a world that can often feel chaotic. So as she gets to know you, her subconscious is constantly asking a critical question. If pressure appears, if life throws a curveball, or even if I just have a bad day, will this man stay grounded, or will he fall apart? This isn't a logical checklist she's running through. It's a feeling she's trying to confirm. She's gauging your inner strength, your resilience. Can you be the calm in the storm? Her instincts are trying to determine if your confidence is real or just a fragile facade. These tests, whether big or small, are designed to reveal three core masculine traits. First, your emotional stability. This isn't about being a robot. It's about not being emotionally reactive. It's the ability to feel your emotions without letting them dictate your actions. Second, your self-respect. Do you have boundaries? Do you value yourself enough to not crumble or seek validation the moment you're challenged? And third, your confidence under stress. When things get uncomfortable, do you remain centered or do you become flustered and anxious? So how does this manifest? It's often subtle. She might playfully tease you about your taste in music, or she might suddenly disagree with an opinion you just shared. She might even pull back her energy slightly, becoming less responsive to your texts for a day. It's crucial to understand that in these moments, she's not rejecting you. She's observing your reaction. She's poking the frame to see if it wobbles. If you stay calm, grounded, and unaffected by her test, if you can meet her tease with a playful smile or hold your opinion without becoming defensive, you pass. You demonstrate that your sense of self isn't dependent on her approval. This is incredibly attractive. Your calm communicates strength, and her feeling of security with you deepens. As a result, attraction increases. However, if you react poorly, if you panic, get defensive, start over-explaining yourself, or desperately chase for her approval, you fail the test. This reactive behavior signals that you are not emotionally grounded. It shows her that your confidence is brittle and that you need her validation to feel secure. This instantly erodes her sense of safety with you, and as a direct consequence, her attraction for you drops. Chapter 2. The Emotional Reaction Test. Now, let's dissect the most common test men face, and unfortunately, the one they most often fail, the emotional reaction test. This isn't a formal examination with right or wrong answers. Instead, it's a subtle, often subconscious probe of your internal stability. It's a test of your emotional core, designed to see if you are truly as confident and centered as you appear, or if your composure is just a fragile facade. Understanding this dynamic is crucial because your reaction, or lack thereof, communicates more about your strength than any words you could ever say. The test begins when she says something mildly critical, dismissive, or slightly provocative. The comment itself is usually trivial. It's the bait. Its purpose is to see if you'll bite, if you'll let her words knock you off your emotional center. These can take many forms. You might hear, "Why are you so quiet today?" Which questions your social presence. Or, "You're different than I thought." A classic ambiguous statement that invites insecurity. Even a backhanded compliment like, "You're not like other guys," is a test. She's inviting you to qualify yourself, to seek her approval. Other examples might be, "That's an interesting shirt," or "My ex used to love this place." As she says this, she's watching your reaction with incredible focus. She's not just listening to your reply, she's observing your body language, the micro expressions on your face, the tone of your voice. She is gauging your internal state. Do you flinch? Does your posture change? Do you get a defensive look in your eyes? A weak response is any reaction that signals she has affected you. This includes over-explaining yourself, becoming defensive, or seeking her reassurance. If she says, "You're so quiet," and you rush to say, "Oh, sorry, I've just had a really long day at work. I'm usually much more talkative," you've failed the test. You've just communicated that her opinion has the power to make you feel inadequate and that you need her to see you differently. A strong response, in contrast, is rooted in a calm presence and an unbothered frame. It's the absence of an emotional spike. You demonstrate that her words, while heard, do not have the power to disrupt your inner peace. The strongest responses are often brief, calm, and slightly playful. To "You're different than I thought," you could simply smile and say, "Maybe." To "Why are you so quiet?" a simple "could be," or even a simple "interesting observation." These replies are powerful because they validate nothing and they defend nothing. They gently toss the observation back to her without emotional investment. True strength isn't about arguing back or winning a debate. It's about demonstrating, through your calm demeanor, that you do not need to correct her perception to feel secure in who you are. Your validation comes from within. Chapter 3. The Boundary Test. After the initial connection, an often subconscious but critical phase begins. Next comes the boundary test. This isn't a malicious game. It's a natural, instinctual process. It's a way for her to gauge your internal foundation, to see if the man she's getting to know has a strong sense of self. Think of it less as a test you pass or fail, and more as an opportunity to reveal your character. It's one of the most important moments in the early stages of dating because it sets the precedent for the entire dynamic of your future interactions. At its core, this checks whether you respect yourself. It's a direct inquiry into your self-worth, not asked with words, but with actions. Do you value your own time? Do you protect your emotional well-being? Do you believe you are worthy of consideration? A man who doesn't respect his own boundaries cannot be trusted to respect hers. He signals that his frame is weak and easily pushed over. By demonstrating self-respect, you communicate that you are a stable, reliable, and grounded individual. A man who operates from a place of inner strength, not from a desperate need for approval. These tests can be subtle. For example, she cancels a date last minute with a casual, non-specific excuse. Or she consistently shows up late without a sincere apology. Perhaps she makes a playful joke at your expense in front of friends that feels just a little too sharp. Or maybe she asks for a significant favor, something that requires a lot of your time or resources, before she has earned that level of investment. She's not asking with words. She's asking with behavior. Will he tolerate this? Will he let this slide to keep my attention? Is he so afraid of losing me that he'll abandon his own standards? Your response to this unspoken question reveals everything. The weak response is predictable and instantly lowers your value. It involves accepting everything without question, suppressing your genuine feelings of discomfort to appear easygoing, trying to be the nice guy who never makes waves. This reaction, born from a fear of conflict or rejection, communicates that your desire for her approval is greater than your own self-respect. It sets a dangerous precedent where your boundaries are seen as suggestions, not rules. The strong response is rooted in calm confidence. It's about enforcing your boundaries, without anger, without punishment, and without drama. Anger is a sign that your frame has been broken. A truly grounded man doesn't get angry when a boundary is tested. He simply, calmly, and firmly holds the line. Let's look at some strong examples. If she cancels last minute, instead of a passive, "Okay, no problem," you say, "That's a shame. I was looking forward to it. Let me know when you want to reschedule." This is polite, but it places the responsibility back on her. If she makes a joke at your expense, you don't laugh along if it stings. You can hold eye contact, not smile for a second, and then calmly change the subject. Or say with a slight smile, "Hey, be nice." It's delivered calmly. No tension. You're communicating that you're not a doormat, but you're not insecure either. When you hold your boundaries peacefully, you pass the test without her even realizing she gave it. You signal unshakable inner strength and high self-worth. You're not seeking her validation. You are your own source of validation. This is immensely attractive. It shows you are a man of substance, a man who leads his own life, and she will feel a deeper sense of respect and security in your presence. Chapter 4. The Uncertainty Test. This one confuses men the most. She becomes inconsistent. Messages slow down. Energy changes. She's testing, does this man stay centered when certainty disappears? Weak response, double texting, chasing clarity, emotional pressure. Strong response, consistency, patience, continuing your life. Example, instead of chasing answers, you stay steady. You respond normally, or you don't chase at all. Uncertainty reveals emotional independence, and emotional independence is attractive. Chapter 5. Composure under pressure. Strong men don't just stay calm when things are easy, they stay calm when things aren't. Example, she challenges your opinion. She disagrees publicly. She pushes emotionally during conflict. She's watching. Does he collapse or remain grounded? Strong behavior, slow speech, relaxed body language. No rush to win. You don't dominate. You don't submit. You remain centered. That's real strength. Chapter 6. The non-neediness test. This test determines long-term attraction. She senses whether you need her approval. Signs she's testing. Pulling affection slightly. Withholding validation. Seeing if you chase reassurance. Weak response. Trying harder. Overgiving. Emotional bargaining. Strong response. Self-sufficiency. Emotional balance. Attraction without dependence. You enjoy her presence, but don't rely on it. That's strength. Chapter 7. How strong men pass every test. Here's the truth. Strong men don't try to pass tests. They live in alignment with 3 traits: emotional control, self-respect, inner stability. When you stop reacting emotionally, stop chasing validation, stop explaining yourself, the tests fade away, because strength doesn't announce itself, it's felt. Watch how emotional strength quietly changes everything. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone who might need help. Thanks for watching until the end. See you in the next video.